Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we are diving into an explainer that is, frankly, an absolute game changer for small and medium businesses. We're going to be exploring the Webo DIY Academy's Get Growing course. It's a completely free, comprehensive self-study program that maps out this brilliant alternative to traditional SEO. If you are exhausted from playing by the rules of search engine algorithms and getting nowhere, this strategy of empowering your delighted customers to actually grow your business for you is going to be an absolute eye-opener.
All right, let's just address the elephant in the room right off the bat. Why on earth are so many local businesses practically invisible online, even when they're spending absolute fortunes on digital ads? It is the ultimate burnout for SME marketers, isn't it? I mean, you optimize your site, you pay for all these clicks, you fight that endless, exhausting battle for local visibility, and yet, crickets. It just feels like throwing your hard-earned money right into a black hole.
Well, here's your answer. 43 billion. Yeah, you heard that right. That is the staggering number of web pages in the massive global internet forest. When a potential customer types in a near me local search, Google typically highlights just 3 spots in its local pack. Trying to win one of those 3 spots through traditional SEO is mathematically a losing game for the vast majority of local businesses out there. As far as the algorithm is concerned, you effectively don't exist. And to make matters even more frustrating, we have to talk about this massive trust gap. Get this, a whopping 95% of consumers flat out do not trust traditional push advertising. They just don't believe your ads are accurate. So think about it. You're screaming into a void of 43 billion pages, and even when someone does happen to hear you, they're immediately skeptical. Those massive ad budgets are essentially fighting a two-front war against both invisibility and profound distrust. But you know what? Here is where we can totally flip the script. The Webo Get Growing strategy pivots completely away from that high-friction push marketing. You know, those ignored ads and frustrating SEO battles. Instead, we're moving over to pull marketing. This is a community-driven, incredibly high-trust architecture. It's all about stopping the endless hunt for cold traffic and starting to empower the community you already have to do the marketing for you. Okay, so let's dive into this. This whole playbook is built on 3 really straightforward, actionable phases: excite, retain, and grow. First, you excite people with smart coupon sharing to break through that initial skepticism we talked about. Second, you retain that loyalty by awarding points and eventually transitioning them to subscription models. And finally, you grow your audiences with referrals that are literally so easy and rewarding for your customers that they can't help but share. Let's deconstruct how this actually works. So let's look at that first step, the excite phase. Let me take you back to 1887. Asa Candler took this tiny, insignificant local tonic called Coca-Cola and transformed it into a massive national craze. And how did he do it? Not with ads. He did it by distributing 8.5 million handwritten tickets for a free glass. This was essentially the world's first massive lead magnet. It broke through customer skepticism instantly by just giving them a frictionless taste of value. It absolutely proves that high-value introductory offers are a timeless, data-backed strategy to acquire customers. Now, hold on a second. We need to be really clear about something here. We are absolutely not talking about those desperate, margin-crushing 50% off panic sales that just train your customers to only ever buy on a discount. No. We are talking about a highly structured loss leader. This is a calculated entry fee. You use a smart coupon to break the friction and capture a lead. The real magic is that this coupon has to lead directly into high-margin cross-sales, feeding straight into your loyalty ecosystem. It's a strategic investment in acquiring a long-term customer, not just a desperate markdown.
All right, so once you've brought them in, we move to phase 2, which is the retain phase. And this requires a pretty massive shift in mindset. We call it the subscription pivot. Smart businesses are totally abandoning the feast or famine cycle of unpredictable one-off transactions. Instead, they're monetizing access and capacity. They're shifting their profit center to stable, recurring revenue. This fundamentally rewrites the unit economics of a local business.
The absolutely crucial piece to understand here is the mechanics of what's called two-part pricing. So in a traditional model, every single sale you make has to cover your rent, your staff, your fixed costs. It's inherently super high risk. But with two-part pricing, Part 1 is a membership fee that just absorbs all your fixed overhead right out of the gate. Part 2 is a small per-use fee. Once that membership covers your baseline, every extra use by the customer contributes near pure profit to your bottom line. It's brilliant. And this brilliantly illustrates the concept in the real world. Just look at Costco. A massive 70% of their operating profit comes strictly from those membership fees, while their actual product margins remain totally razor thin. The membership itself is the actual profit engine. They keep the product prices incredibly low to drive volume and loyalty, but that predictable recurring subscription fee is what built their entire empire. But hey, it's not just giant big box retailers. This works incredibly well for local services too. Take Mr. Car Wash, for example. They have over 2 million subscribers. By offering a monthly unlimited wash club, they completely smoothed out their quiet off-peak hours. The fixed costs of running a car wash, the rent, the expensive equipment, those are already paid for. By selling subscriptions, they convert that idle time into guaranteed revenue, and subscriptions are now driving over 70% of their total sales. Now we've made it to the third and final phase, grow. In the Webo strategy, they cleverly call this the top bun. You know, the crowning piece that holds the whole shebang together. You've excited the customer, you've retained them with an awesome loyalty model, and now it's time to turn those delighted customers into really active brand advocates. This entire phase focuses on building out an architecture for automated, community-driven referrals. But I need to give you a critical warning right here. You are more than likely suffering from a massive 54% growth leak. What does that actually mean? Well, it means over half of your perfectly happy, absolutely delighted customers are staying completely quiet. And why is that? Usually, it's simply because leaving a review or making a referral causes way too much friction. It takes too many clicks, they honestly don't know what to say, or there's just no immediate benefit for them to bother doing it. So, how do we fix this? Well, it's actually remarkably simple if you have the right systems in place. First up, you have to ask systematically. Doing that alone triples your conversions. Second, make it one-click easy. No long, annoying forms. And third, offer relevant, target-aligned rewards. When you provide a frictionless reward system, you essentially activate this totally dormant army of advocates. And remember that massive trust gap we talked about earlier? 90% of consumers trust referrals from people they actually know. That, my friends, is exactly how you bypass the algorithm entirely. If you really want to see the absolute ultimate potential of this strategy, just look at the Tesla anomaly. By fully gamifying their referral program and integrating it right into their app, they literally turn their owners into partners. A single empowered advocate generated $16 million in sales for Tesla, all while earning sweet rewards for themselves along the way. When you make referrals that easy and deeply rewarding, the growth just becomes exponential. Now, you might be thinking, this all sounds great, but how do I actually do it? Well, everything we've just decoded today, the smart coupons, the subscriptions, the referral architectures, this entire playbook is completely accessible to you right now. It is all packaged up inside the Webo DIY Academy's Get Growing program. It's a comprehensive, totally free self-study course designed specifically for local business marketers, conveniently delivered in this really easy-to-digest blog format. Let's move on and see how this builds in practice. The course is essentially designed as a super actionable timeline that you can knock out in just 14 days by studying about 2 posts a day. On day 1, you start a 14-day free software trial. By day 7, you've completed the setup and build modules, and by day 14, your e-marketing site is live and you begin the drive phase to start racking up those referrals. It is a structured, no-nonsense roadmap to help small enterprises really dominate their local markets. The best part? You are never left entirely on your own figuring this out. Yes, you get the self-paced multimedia modules with text, infographics, audio, and video. But what's truly invaluable here is the expert guidance. You actually get access to live Q&A Teams meetings hosted directly by Webo CEO Alan McKenzie. You can book one-on-one coaching sessions and use the interactive comment sections for instant clarification. You're engaging directly with the exact experts who built the system from the ground up. Oh, and that 14-day free trial I just mentioned? It actually includes restriction-free access to the exact Webo software-as-a-service tools you need to build this entire ecosystem. You get real hands-on experience with the communicator tools to automate your loyalty points and those smart coupons, plus the directory hubs for local visibility. You actually get to build the engine while you're learning how it works. So I'm going to leave you with this provocative question to ponder. Are you ready to stop fighting a losing battle against those invisible search algorithms? Are you finally ready to stop renting attention and start empowering your own community to grow your business for you? The blueprint is literally waiting for you in the free DIY Academy course. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer today, and I highly encourage you to go check out the Get Growing strategy for yourself. Keep learning, and I will see you in the next one.